This is Commander Armstrong. We've landed. We're parked on the inner rim, right beside the crater. A long pause crackled through the static. They're here. The signal went silent. An object from the stars entered our solar system. It did not spin randomly like an asteroid. It did not trail gas like a comet. It moved with control, with direction, with intention. Its surface reflected light like engineered metal. Its trajectory defied natural law. And it may not have belonged to this timeline. But this was not the first time. Decades earlier, in the silent dust of the moon, there was another. A mission never acknowledged by NASA. A classified operation beyond the eyes of the world. Apollo 20. A Cold War alliance. A secret joint flight between two enemies. American and Soviet astronauts working together. Their destination, the Delport crater. Their purpose, unknown. What they found changed everything. A massive, cigar-shaped craft, half buried in ancient lunar soil. Inside, a humanoid body. Not human, not dead, preserved. She had 6 fingers. An elongated skull. Closed eyes that seemed to dream. They called her Mona Lisa. She looked like a sculpture. But her skin was soft. She was real. And perhaps still alive. Years passed. The mission faded into myth. Then something came from beyond the stars. A new object, a new name. Oumuamua. A Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger from afar. It entered our solar system with no warning. No dust trail, no tail, no tumbling. It moved with uncanny precision. Its shape? Long. Narrow. Just like the one on the moon. And then, it accelerated. Away from the sun. As if it wanted to leave. Scientists were confused. Debates erupted. One voice stood out, drive. Brian Cox. A physicist known for caution and clarity. He said what others feared. This may not be natural, he said. It could be a probe, a vehicle, a signal. He was careful with his words. But the implication was clear. This was not random. Meanwhile, data poured in. Radio telescopes across the world listened. They heard nothing. At first. Then came the machines. Eye models combed through the raw data. What they found was strange. Hidden patterns, harmonic structures. Symmetries that didn't occur in nature. Not static, not random. But something encoded. In China, physicists studied the signal. They discovered what they called harmonic coherence signatures. The patterns were too perfect to be noise. They resembled code. Intelligent, designed. Elsewhere, researchers fed Apollo images into machine vision AI. They focused on the Delport region. The software flagged impossible shapes. Symmetry in the shadows. Angular lines, measured curves. Forms that whispered of architecture, not geology. NASA had no answers. Only silence. And those who leaked the Apollo 20 footage? They were branded hoaxers. But intelligence experts knew the tactic. Blend truth with fiction. Bury the signal in noise. That's how you hide something, in plain sight. Some say Mona Lisa was a psyop. A planted image. But the eyes, her eyes were not faked. And her biology? 6 fingers, unknown tissue structure. Traces of carbon, but also something else. Quantum protein folding, found in extremophiles on Earth. Tardigrades can survive the vacuum of space. Why not something more advanced? Perhaps she was in stasis. Waiting. Was not coincidence? What if it came because of what we did in 1976? What if it was not from the past, but from the future? Quantum physics tells us time is not linear. Some particles move backward through time. Information can echo in both directions. A message sent forward. A reaction sent backward. What if Oumuamua didn't arrive to begin something, a response to a discovery hidden on the moon? The stars may not be waiting for us. Somewhere deep beneath the surface of the moon, buried in dust older than Earth itself, sensors came alive. A pulse, faint, rhythmic, like a heartbeat trapped in stone. Long dormant systems flickered. Geometry unknown to human science lit up like the veins of a dreaming god. It was as if her presence, Mona Lisa, had triggered something. Or maybe, her removal had. Far below, beneath Delport crater, mechanisms moved. Silent for thousands of years. Waiting, listening. Now, responding. Back on Earth, in a quiet lab in Geneva, a quantum AI designed to search for gravitational anomalies flagged a pattern. At first, it was dismissed. A minor signal buried beneath lunar echo. But the waveform repeated every 19.47 minutes. A prime harmonic. Resonant with deep lunar strata. Then came the image. A scan from an old Apollo seismic archive, accidentally reprocessed by AI. It showed a hexagonal lattice, beneath the Delport region. Perfect. Geometrically aligned with lunar magnetic anomalies. The moon had never been silent. We had just never known how to listen. A team of rogue scientists formed, off the books, under the radar. They called themselves Project Null Echo. Their goal? Return to Delport. Discover the source. They used a lunar satellite. Privately owned, Chinese-American tech. A stealth flyover of the region in infrared. What they saw was impossible. The structure was not dead. It was metabolizing. A thermal bloom, a heat signature. The moon was warming, only at Delport. Something was waking up. And it wasn't just mechanical. Electromagnetic pulses began radiating toward Earth. Subtle, subsonic, buried in cosmic background noise. But detectable. At certain frequencies, some people could hear it. Children, artists, the neurodivergent. They called it the whisper. Some said it sounded like music. Others said it was a voice, humming in a language no one knew. Dreams began to change. People across the globe reported visions, similar ones. A woman's face. Elongated skull. Closed eyes. A sense of falling and flight at once. Always followed by the same image, a silver arc, bending over a black horizon. Not Earth, not the moon. Somewhere else. Somewhere forgotten. And then came the glyphs. Symbols began to appear in crop fields, ice patterns, and children's drawings. Always the same set. 8 characters. No known language. No cultural match. But mathematically, they corresponded to 8 quantum operators. Codes used in entanglement theory. And more specifically, in temporal quantum communication. Time sent messages. What if she was the message? Not just Mona Lisa. But her whole ship. Her entire presence. A recursive signal frozen in bioform. Sent backward through a kind of cosmic memory. A living archive. An answer to a question we haven't yet asked. Some began to theorize a new concept, precursor echo intelligence. Not AI, not biological. Something in between. A sentient waveform that rides the folds of spacetime. Not here to conquer. Not even to observe. But to remember through us. To awaken our species as a medium. Not the recipient of the signal, but the antenna. And in 2027, another object